Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Good morning once again, and we thank you for your company. You know, this morning, Dennis has been so animated, throwing threats and salvos on issues that he himself knows that they cannot hold any, stand on any moral high ground on telling us about how they are not like their ancestors, and that this is a new MPP. Is boot for boot. It has always been boot for boot, even with their ancestors. I think Dennis forgets very quickly that his ancestors that he proudly mentions were the group of people that, violently as co-conspirators, and beneficiaries of that 1966 coup, violently overthrew Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, or Sajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, our Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So it's very rich this morning that he tries to absolve the NPP and their many crimes in the many ways in which they have turned back the clock of this country's development, even their behaviors after they came into power in 2000. So Dennis, if you need to warn anybody, charity always begins at home. Let me also assure you that the NPP will not be allowed to run riot in this country. They are well-meaning citizens of this country who continue to wish for the best interest of this country. When a political party persistently communicates to the people of this country that unless they are in power, everything else must unravel. Unless they are in power, even when they do very bad things that break this economy, they still believe themselves to be the messiahs that Ghana need, even when we have given them multiple opportunities in this Fourth Republic to be able to do what, they communicate that they are better positioned as a party of intellectuals that have the men always forgetting the women, So I think that you must advise your own party that they learn the lessons that history continues to give to all of us political actors, NDC, NPP. I mean, in the time series from 1992 till date, we have had equal share of leading this country, and we've all been taught lessons by the people of Ghana, what NDC knows for sure, and what President John Dramani Mahama knows for sure, that if we go anywhere close to the doldrums that you sent this country in the past 80 years, if we go anywhere close, we will face a fate perhaps even worse than that which you face. So we are not unaware of the consequences of, not delivering. We are not unaware that this democracy must work directly for the people, which is why we are surprised that today they are making all the noise that they are making about the Bank of Ghana losses on paper, accounting losses and entries on paper, when we are dealing with positive indicators. And I'm sure we are going to come back to that. On the PDS, as you have read and given us a snapshot of what actions transpired since the NPP decided, as the doyens of privatization and private capital and private sector participation, which are very good ideals for every country, seeking to expand opportunities and, expand the private sector in the hope that this private sector would expand opportunities and absorb the teeming masses of young people who are in search of daily jobs. What we have seen from all their experiments as a political tradition that promotes private sector participation in the economy is that their models haven't delivered, what they communicate to be the role of private sector in every economy, even though we all still agree. So governments, the public sector is still absorbing a lot of unemployed youth, and they did it. They pushed too many young people into the public sector, ballooning, the wage bill, and in the same breath, directed a lot of businesses, even businesses that ought to have, gone to state institutions, because we keep saying that government is the largest, purchaser of anything.
Right.
And so businesses that could have naturally gone to empower private sector, we saw a period in which state entities and the SIGA were directed to do businesses with private sector.
Right.
In fact, transfer a bulk of their businesses to the private sector. We saw situations in which companies closely linked to the former president, Nana Akufo-Addo, then became beneficiaries of, the government's own, the government's own appetite for excessive borrowing, so that the bookkeepers, the likes of the Kenoforiates Data Bank, Enterprise Insurance, that became beneficiary. SIC rundown. Today, SIGA encourages state companies, government institutions, to give some business to other state institutions so that they can perform better, so that they'll be able to employ the youth of this country. They have a problem with that as well. So sometimes you do not understand exactly what the prescription of the NPP is, because their model has failed to deliver that which they continue to tout as standing them in difference with, other traditional models. We, as an egalitarian political philosophy, continue to look for the best means possible to empower private, capital and private sector, as well as, strengthening state institutions. So it was well within the rights of SIGA to encourage state institutions. And today we can see what miracles excuse my French, what miracles the Ghana Commercial Bank is performing, what miracles ADB is performing, what miracles SIC is performing, because they have to deliver on the mandate. I think that was the same intention behind giving of a very critical installation like the ECG to private operator. Let me at onset say that the NDC is not against private sector participation in critical installations or in critical sectors of our economy. In fact, the John Mahama government is pursuing a framework that would bring in private sector participation in a niche area of ECG's operation, which is distribution, to be able to do a number of things, to be able to improve the governance, to be able to bring in efficiencies that would improve the quality of service, to be able to ensure that we are able to reduce the collection losses and the illegal connections that continue to be major problems that, bedevil the ECG, that has led it to the debt that it currently is, experiencing. And so when the NPP government gave ECG out to the PDS to come and do similar thing, mind you, it was just one private sector, so there's no competition. So in effect, it was a monopoly handed over to them. In the contracts were conditions precedent. They are very much aware of it. They failed on every one of them. And how is it that you give a contract to an entity and you fail to ensure that they meet the barest minimum conditions? So the illegality of that operation was so clear that the public uproar and they themselves realizing what they were heading towards. It is the NPP themselves that cancelled the contract after 7 months or so of the operation of PDS. So if something wrong has happened, they took the matter to international arbitration. ECG won that, as you read, won that contest.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to make some payments back to ECG. As we speak today, they've not done that. And as you found it wrong to cancel the contract, which is what they do in protecting their own, how come that they never took steps to bring those who blatantly breached the conditions of such a contract that ended up costing Ghana, what it was supposed to be getting from the NCC program? They never took any action to do that. And yet every day, this same group of people, they ride high horses, trying to paint a picture that not only are we all the same, but UNDC, the government that has been in place for 16 months, UNDC that has stabilized and moved this country from the crisis that we left off to where we have seen consistent improvement and stabilization. UNDC, you are not only like us. It is no longer a battle of two evils. But UNDC, in this 16 months of being in office, you are more evil than us. And so therefore, if elections were held today, in the face of all these positive indicators, in the face of the fact that your government is still undergoing scrutiny and accountability with members of your government before the law courts, in the face of the fact that in spite of the clamoring for immediate justice for the obvious wrongs and criminal activities that you engaged in spite of all of these things, President Mahama says that the rule of law will guide everything that we do, sometimes to the angst of our own party base. And yet, you have no words of condemnation, no words of, what do you call it, you actually present yourself as being unapologetic of everything that was wrong in this government, in your government during your time. And then you begin to pick and choose, nitty-gritties, trying to present the NDC as a government that is abusing the rights of citizens, as a government that is, preventing citizens from accessing their rights, as if NDC, of all the many people that Mr. Miracles here, Dennis, is aware are going on a daily basis to EOCO, the very many people of his government that every day that he is aware, are going to the CID because they are under one investigation or the other. He doesn't see those ones. It is the one-off incidences of a police action that he chooses or they choose to use to. But I'm happy that in spite of all of this, at the end of their mandates, the scorecard was clear that their government had become increasingly unaccommodative of dissenting opinions, that media freedoms had been curtailed to the poor ranking that we had on the Press Freedom Index. Today, we have moved from a 59 to about a 38. A very impressive gap. So there will always be objective observers of things that are happening internally. Now, no government can be perfect in scoring perfect scores on all good governance indicators. But the differences between a good government and a bad government at the end of the day is their scorecard. Right. And so far, so very good for Ghana. So we will continue to pursue all members of the previous administration, even members of our own administration that are found wanting of the law, that have been found to have done wrong deals and dealings, and they will be made to face the full rigors of the law as these individuals have been picked up.
Okay.
Ghanaians have been calling for justice and accountability for this PDS scandal.
Okay.
And that justice is coming sooner than later.
Okay. Miracles, when we started the show, there was something you said. You said opposition is not necessarily meant to account to Ghanaians. It's the government of the day that's supposed to be accounting to Ghanaians. Now, quite clearly, it appears that the government of the day wants your government to account to Ghanaians, hence the PDS matter which has just come up. So 4 people were arrested, been granted bail. Is in connection with some investigations of the PDS scandal. Somehow the government believes that some people have, quote unquote, chop money. What's your view on what has happened?
Moro, and thank you. I mean, first of all, I think Shamima should calm down. And so it will help her focus on the issues. She's focusing too much on me. She didn't have to even bother herself respond to our issue that we have with your production. It's none of her business. But in doing that, she decided to move into an area that she forgot herself completely. I'm sure her party people are not happy with her. Listen, in this country, if you want a political party that should be standing trial for criminality, human rights abuse, for murder, it is the NDC. Do you know the number of families who have been destroyed in this country as a result of the NDC party? Do you know the number of businesses that have been destroyed in this country as a result of the NDC party? You are talking about parties and their history in this country, and you forgot yourself and went into an area that you yourself could be dragged from here to jail directly without a trial by simply belonging to the NDC. Go to Makola. One of the reasons why some women will not look at Shamima if she gets to Makola today is not because Shamima has done anything to them, but it's because some of them are occupying stores and spaces whose owners were dragged from their shops onto the street by her party and whipped in between their private parts. Judges were brought out of their homes. Breastfeeding mothers were brought out of their homes and shot in the head by her political party. She thinks we've forgotten. Or she thinks we are playing in this country in 2026. She speaks of crimes. Go to Kumasi. Go to Ashanti. Sometimes people ask why Ashantis, are so much with MPP. It is because of the atrocities, the murder that your political party perpetrated in this country against their fathers and their mothers. Do you know the number of people who went into exile and are stuck in London and in the UKs because of your political party? You want to remind people of their sorrows this morning? You lined up people's fathers by the seashore and shot them in their heads without trial. But because this country decided to heal, especially when President Kufuor came and set up a reconciliatory commission and decided to heal reconciliation commission, yeah, and decided to heal this country, people decided to forgive you. And because you have been forgiven, you think you have that right and energy to sit on TV and remind people of their pains. You have committed murder against families. You destroyed homes. You separated mothers from their children and separated wives from their husbands. People left their wives in this country and went into exile. And you have the energy to sit on TV and you are reminding them. I don't want to digress this morning.
Please don't.
I don't want to be moved into a certain space this morning. So my advice to her is, let's stick to the issue. Because when it comes to political parties and their crimes, the Ghanaians deserve repatriation from their party, the NDC. Okay. In fact, if slavery has been declared as one of the greatest atrocities against humanity, then the PNDC era probably is number 2 in this country. So she shouldn't speak. She should keep quiet. When it comes to human rights abuse, they didn't just infringe on other people's rights. They killed them. They met dead people. I come from Ekropon. Equiapem North. I come from Latte. My constituents, including heads of states, including justices of the Supreme Court, were brought out and shot and killed by her political party. And because at that time, we had our ancestors being prim proper, traveling abroad, going to have meetings, and trying to find resolution, they think they can do same to us in 2026. No, it will not happen. And that's the point I'm trying to make to you. But that's just a digression. Let me come to the issues. Listen, she speaks so much of accountability and all of that, and I laugh. Moro, what is the big deal if the government of the day believes that there are issues that must be looked into? It's not a big deal. Everybody must account. If somebody goes to BNI Yoko, it makes the person a criminal. She herself will go to Yoko and BNI. It doesn't mean she's a criminal.
Oh, thanks for the advance notice.
You understand? It doesn't mean that she's a criminal.
No, thanks for the advance
notice. Yes. But why? If you work with the state, why won't you go and account? But it doesn't mean she's a criminal. Moro, the finance minister, even 2 weeks to elections, was he not in court? Did he? Is he in jail?
Not at all.
So what is he talking about? What is she talking about? The fact that you go and invite people to question them about in fact, I expect that every former government official would actually respond to one thing or the other. There's no crime about that. All of us would have to go to the Yoko, BNI, to go and respond to issues that pertains to government dealings. But you going to Yoko and BNI means that you're a criminal?
Who has said so?
Oh no, please don't interrupt me. I sat down and listened to you for 20 minutes. I beg you.
All right.
You know I was writing. I beg you. I beg you. Please.
No, he didn't say it. He didn't say you said.
I beg you. I want to have.
That's
how.
Please go on.
What he said.
So you sitting here and talking about the Yoko B, and it means what? Everybody would have to go so long as you decide to come and take state responsibility, like you have. You will go one day. You would respond to it. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what, but if the fact that somebody has been invited to Yoko BNI shouldn't be something you sit on TV and singing as. It is not the end. It is a means to an end. There are laws in this country. One of the laws are that when the state believes that there are things to look into, they will invite you and look into it. The same law says that when the state invites you, you will get your time to defend yourself. Then eventually the same law says that the justices of the court will look into the matter and bring judgment. So why do you sit on TV and you're talking about invitations? What has invitations got to do with anything? What is the value in invitation? It means nothing. It means nothing. You are here talking about PDS and all of that. Listen, you invited people. I read her boss's statement. Her boss said that the government believes that there may have been some transfers from ECG to PDS. So that is government's belief. So government is now going to look into it and ascertain whether that belief is grounded in fact or not. Is that not the case? How is that even an achievement? How is this an achievement? How many times haven't we heard these announcements on TV? The real proof is when you go to court. These people you invited, they have a right not to even tell you anything. You can't do anything to them. There's nothing you can do to them. You can't bundle them and go and put them in jail. Atofose was not bundled into jail. He's finance minister today. The Bank of Ghana governor himself was in court. Today is Bank of Ghana governor. So what are you talking about? What are you saying as if inviting people? Which of your people or persons were not invited to all these institutions? And today they are holding positions. We should stop this. And the NDC have done this to us from day one. They will come and announce, rumble in the jungle. They've been things, and they will do all manner of things. Listen, stop talking. If you think somebody has done something, go to court. And the fact that the person is in court doesn't mean anything. It's like sometimes they come and announce this thing to shame people, even before they have their time. Like what is the value in that? And when eventually you lose your case, because your case is just political, allow these people to have their time. I don't know anything about somebody being invited. It's nothing. You know the number of former appointees who are still trooping in Yoko, BNI, and National Security? It's not a big deal. If I have questions to answer during my tenure in office, tomorrow I will go and answer. But what is the drama around it? 2025 audit reports are out, you know that.
Yeah.
There are issues in every institution in the audit report. When the new government comes, the new government will take the audit report and invite you to come and respond to something that they find worth getting explanation for. It doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
When you keep using will, it suggests that it's something that you know that may something wrong which may have.
It's standard
occurred.
operating. No, it's standard operating procedure.
Okay.
It may not necessarily be something wrong.
Okay.
It's just a matter of clarity.
Clarity and explanation.
You understand? And that is why I get bothered and worried and I laugh when they make it rather look like it's something wrong. The fact that a security agency invites somebody to interrogate the person doesn't mean the person has necessarily done something wrong.
Okay. So
that's the point I'm making.
So maybe she may be invited, not well.
Oh, she will.
Why?
It is standard operating procedure.
Is every government appointee invited by Yoko?
All of us.
Everybody.
Yes.
What a blatant lie.
All of us. Why do you keep?
That's not.
Why
true.
do you keep?
That's not true.
You know why do you keep?
It's not everybody who's invited.
No. So I am saying that. But you see, you don't listen to me. I said that when you pick the report,
yes,
and you find something worth,
yes.
So if you don't find anything worth, you're not part of the category.
So that's conditional.
When you are found, when there's something worth,
so that's conditional.
Clarity sought for in your report. Yes. Why not?
So conditional.
Yes.
Yes.
So for me,
so
I don't
when you use will and conditional.
No. You will if there's something found in there. But that's what I'm saying. But even if something is found and you are invited, it doesn't make you an automatic criminal.
No, but it's a fair point.
But that is the problem with them.
Okay.
The problem with them is that they parade people on TV and radio and make it look like they've committed some crime, and the people are still working. You know why? Because you didn't make the laws.
Yeah.
The laws were not made for you. The laws were made to protect everybody, including yourself. You need that protection even more than the people you think that you are shaming. You need it more.
Okay.
Because the clock is ticking for everybody.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think they need to calm down. They should focus more on the end. You've invited them. You think you have questions for them. Ask them the questions. When you get the answers and you believe there is value in it, don't come and even bother us with us. Go to court. We want to hear the judgment. You understand?
Okay.
Because the judgment is what would establish the fact. Because what you are telling us is not fact. You are spinning it. It is the judgment that will tell us this and this and this are actually the facts that transpired in court.
Okay.
Then everybody say you've done well. But let me even come to some of the various digressionary issues that she raised, because I've dealt with the substantive matter now. Listen, Moro, I don't know whether Shamima this morning is becoming a weapon fashion against the NDC. Because, you see, you are talking about the MPP and the Kufuado taking businesses that were supposed to go to the state and other people to their family members. Hey, there is no government in the history of this country that has committed such family and friends crime than the NDC under John Mahama. No government in the history of this country. You know, John Mahama and this NDC government, His Excellency, are in their 6th year of governance. 6th year. His Excellency John Mahama, this is his 6th year. No government can beat him and Shamima when it comes to family and friends. She herself, she's not the only one in government. Because she's not the only one in her family that is NDC member. So she's enjoying. Her family members are also enjoying. You understand what I'm saying? But here she is, having left hers at home, and she's coming to accuse the Kufuado. That's why I'm saying that she should take her time and pick the issues, because she'll be drawing herself into a area that she shouldn't draw. Today in this country, the Mahama brothers, you see, she's going to invite me into things that ideally I don't want to get into, because I personally, I don't hold that view. I don't think that there is anything wrong with a president and the brother being competent or cousin or something. I have always had an issue. I had an issue when she and the party came after Kenoforiata and Gabi Ochredakun. Because I don't think that because my brother Moro has become president, all of a sudden my business should collapse. When I was doing my business before Moro became president.
It's a matter of principle.
Well, yes. That is why I always try so much not to, be drawn into it. But she can't even do that in this country. Which business is being done by any other person apart from their government and their friends? Including even canopies and chairs. Canopies and chairs. Go to the ministries. Her department at the office of the president. Every canopy and chairs for every ministry and department, every event. Ask her where it's going to. Is it not going to the deputy chief of staff's company? Were we not here when the deputy chief of staff's company was seen to be grabbing contracts all over the place? And she's talking, she's talking about the Kufuado government taking businesses from SIC. But you forget this thing. You see, you're inviting me into area that you hurt people. And people who are minding their business. People who are minding their business. You are going to draw them into unnecessary things this morning. That Kufuado and his government did what? Mention one. You say SIC. When we have taken everything today, we have basically swept everything to one group of persons, including you, including, it includes you. It includes you, because you're not the only one chopping in your family. Under the NDC, some of your party people who work so hard don't even have anything. But you have gotten it, and other family members have also gotten it in the same family, in your same house.
What are you even talking about?
You understand? So we need to be very careful when we are guilty of certain things and we forget ourselves and try to draw an old standing propaganda just to our benefit. You hurt yourself. And in hurting yourself, you hurt so many other people.
Okay.
So many other people needlessly. Oh. And I think that she needs to be very cautious. If she doesn't listen, because you realize I've restrained myself a lot when it comes to some of the things. If she doesn't listen and stick to the issue, and she decides to bring it up, I will go all out, and the people watching me will know that to be her fault.
All right, so let's take a break.
Can I just say something?
I'll give you the opportunity to respond.
Okay.
Yes. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on the Metro television, and I still have with me here Shamima Muslim, who is Deputy Presidential Spokesperson, and also Dennis Miracles Aboagye, who is the Director of Communications for the Bamia campaign, also the spokesperson for the Bamia campaign. You have some quick rebuttals to make, huh?
Just a few comments, actually. You know, Moro, you started the show, went on to apologize for a video that was taken on the internet.
Right.
Now, Dennis, in his contribution, did not mention any member of government as being responsible for that particular video.
Yeah.
But he concluded by issuing a threat to the government, to the NDC, that we should be aware that the MPP of today is not the MPP of their
yesterday,
antecedents or ancestors, as he put it, claiming that the NDC does not wield monopoly to violence. And it was right to remind Dennis which ancestors first introduced violence into our politics. That is a fact. So when you teach people, they will learn. Today, he's gone on a litany of accusations and baseless claims. You see, Dennis is known for acting the victim, even on matters that they are the most guilty of. And you're always happy that the people who watch, the people who listen, the people who see, know which tradition has done this country well over a long period of time. So let him continue to throw his threats around. Let him continue to act a victim when they are the ones that brought a lot of pain and diverted this country's development. Those facts exist. And no matter how highfalutin claims Dennis makes this morning, will not erode their contribution to the violent overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. When the NPP reorganized itself after its 3 decades in the wilderness and contested the 1992 elections after sitting out of the constitution-making process and staying out of parliament, what happened after 2000 when Kufuor came into power? I keep saying that the tone of transitions was bequeathed to us by the actions and activities of the New Patriotic Party. Moro, in 2016, before the 2016 elections, which political group introduced the word family and friends? You see, we must be fair to ourselves as a country. And why it is important is because Dennis is positioning himself as the spokesperson of the NPP flag bearer. Dennis is on air and has communicated that they are positioning themselves to take back the reins of power come 2028. And yet, the doyens of free speech sit on national television and tell people that they shouldn't speak. In his own words, the doyens of free speech sit on national television and tell people that they shouldn't speak. Who here? Well, that is how he interpreted something. No.
Yes.
I wrote it. He said, don't speak. He said it, please. I took it out and I wrote it. It's very rich, please. When he kept saying that I will go to EOCO,
that's what I asked him.
And then he after persistently saying it,
yes,
he said that people should not air their views because of what? Because they are afraid of you. No, I'm saying that don't be threats.
When they don't speak,
please, you said I shouldn't mind, I shouldn't interrupt. Please, you said so.
I'm asking here because
you said so.
I heard you say speak,
Dennis,
but we'll speak back.
Yes.
That's what I heard you
well,
say.
you sat there and you heard what you heard. I also heard what I heard. I am saying to you that who has said that going to report at EOCO means that you are guilty of something? Who has said that?
Right.
So the ability to always fudge the issue so they can avoid accountability. Here, he has failed to communicate in any way that he expects that what happened with PDS should be investigated and a solution found. Why didn't they act? When you knew that something wrong had happened and you cancelled the contract. If you meant this country well, why didn't you act? Why did you not act? Why were you called clearing agent? I am saying that it is they who introduced the word family and friends, because at that time, President Mahama had 1 or 2 family relations in his government. And when they came into office, you see, they always changed the goalposts. When they came into office, there was an entire list of close relations and friends. I am also in alignment with you that it is practically impossible for any president to come into office and say that not a single member of my family would work in government or in the public service or in a state institution. But who made it an issue? It is you who made it an issue. And then when you came, you abused you showed the real colors of what family and friends are. Close, direct relations. Please show me which of President Mahamad's brother is a defense minister. Show me which of President Mahamad's brother is a finance minister. No, please, don't stop that. Stop that. They could do anything. They were in sensitive positions and places. You show me. Defense minister. Education minister, is he President Mahamad's brother? Health minister, is he President Mahamad's brother? So please, nobody says it will be unreasonable to expect, but you people made politics out of what you describe as the family and friends government. So what are your values? You preach one thing, when you come into power, you do the opposite? Is that the party you are positioning to come back in 2028? Sitting here, introducing and threatening the NDC. Thank God that this same PNDC transitioned to NDC, learnt its lessons. Many members of the NDC have in public, on record, decried the excesses of that regime. Many members, from the founder to national executives, on record. Tell me, till date, his antecedents, and they still refuse, still deny their complicity in what happened in 1966. Talking about the collapse of businesses. After 2000, what didn't we see? Arbitrary arrest of political opponents. Chachu Chikata has recently shared his harrowing experience. It wasn't enough that he was jailed. There were even attempts to poison him in prison. Is that the model political party that today he wants to throw threats? That was what the point was about. Just as he started by trying to threaten the NDC, I needed to remind him to look home and reflect deeply so that collectively we will advance the cause of our democracy. Learn collective lessons from the excesses of our collective past, because no one holds any moral high ground. No one, especially them, can hold any moral high ground with regards to promoting excesses within our, society.
Okay.
In the Ekufuado administration.
All right.
Go and listen to the cries of Amoabeng and how he felt he was treated. Political opponents were being prosecuted, which is what is supposed to be. So nobody is running away from persecution. But why don't they always want to accept some little responsibility? Today, he cannot ask Ken to come back. He says that everybody goes to EOCU. They cannot encourage Ken to come back and go through the process that other members of their party are going through. Yet he will sit on air, throw his hands, threaten people, indicating that the lessons that Ghanaians wanted to teach them in the 2024 elections, Dennis especially hasn't learned any of it.
Okay.
Dennis especially hasn't learned any of it.
All right.
This morning, I saw him post, and I'm sure we're going to come back.
Yeah.
You see, the arrogance with which they speak,
I'll bring it. Sure.
the arrogance with which they threaten, the arrogance with which they believe that they are the only custodians of wisdom, is telling indeed. And yet, they are the ones who are saying today that they are best positioned.
Okay.
With what? With what values? With what values?
Okay.
With what difference?
All right.
I'm sure those who listen to us, who know the histories, who have lived through the past 8 years, they know the difference between a vindictive government and one that strives to do right by most of its citizens.
Okay. All right.
Moro,
Dennis.
Initially I thought Shamima had only been weaponized against the NDC, but now it's turning into principalities and powers against the NDC. Listen, the NDC can go round and round and round, but nobody beats them when it comes to atrocities against citizens of the Republic of Ghana. So when she says that none of us we do have a moral right, you don't have.
You don't.
We are not pleased with you.
You
And I are not the same.
You don't.
You belong to the NDC, I belong to the MPP.
You
I have the
don't.
moral high ground standing. You
have
don't
not.
have. Because there is nowhere in the history of this country, in MPP's history, where we lined up citizens of this country by the sea and shot them in their heads. You know why the UN had to pass one of the crimes against humanity to be the most of all? Because crimes are not even equal. If they were equal, UN will not pass that resolution. So don't try to make us equal. We are not the same as you. Those people you killed, their families would have wished you jailed them. So you don't compare jail to murder. You are insulting those families if you try to compare jail.
You killed a pensioner.
Can you, I beg you.
Through your vile policies.
I beg you. Moro, don't nod your head.
Murder.
Tell her to maintain steeze and composure. She shouldn't follow me to destroy her steeze and composure.
Please flow.
Please. No, she shouldn't interrupt you. Because if she does, I'll do the same to her.
She won't.
Feel
Please.
free.
So please, I beg you. She should save herself and her party this morning. She's really doing them a lot
We
of
don't
harm.
want to save
You
ourselves.
put people on the street and whip them in their private parts. You lined people out. In fact,
Say
this
something.
NDC party actually beats people up for owning 2 toilets in their homes. 2 toilets in their homes. They beat people up for owning 2 toilets in their homes. So you should never say we are equal. We are not equal. We are not the same. Please. Okay. We are not in the same league with you. We are not murderers.
We cannot be.
Oh, I beg you, Charlie.
We cannot be.
Moro,
Please go ahead.
control her.
Go ahead.
We are not the same.
Control.
You are not the same. We are not murderers. We don't murder.
You are.
Now, Moro, see, when I say she's bringing trouble to people, she doesn't understand. I would prefer, as a citizen of this country, a president that appoints his brother, his cousin, like Ofo did, as defense minister, so she's able to run the country, than a president that carries the entire country's assets, like the voter basin, to the brother, to own forever. I would prefer that. I would prefer a president that appoints his brother as Minister of Agric than a president that will give every gold, minerals, or natural resource to the brother. Charlie, Shamima, if I follow her. Okay. Now, Moro, let me come to I don't want to. It's okay. I won't follow her. If I follow her, I will say things.
Let's move on.
That's people who are sitting at home minding their business. Because you see, I keep telling you.
Yes.
Bawumia's brother is doing business now as we speak. He's been doing business since Kufuor's time. If Bawumia becomes president, his brother will do business. Bawumia's brother's business should not collapse because his brother, Mahamudu Bawumia, decided to go and do politics. You understand what I'm saying? And that is why I try to restrain myself. But Shamima is not allowing me. I've said enough on that. Now on PDS. You see, PDS is as Unibank of the Dufours S. So if she asks us that, why didn't we retrieve anything? What did we do about it? I tell her that what we did about Dufours, which they came to office, and I've let them go scot-free with Ghanaian people's money. That is what PDS also is. So the same way she and the government came and allowed the Dufours to go home scot-free with Ghanaian people's money, that's the same way they are supposed to do whatever they want to do with PDS. It's their business. They are in power. They have their mandate. Whatever they choose to do with it is their business. But she shouldn't sit here and talk about the PDS. And now, when we had Dufour and Co in court, okay, for the atrocities against Ghanaian depositors in this country, haven't they left them to go home? Are the depositors' money not with them? Is the state money not with them? Didn't they go to court and go and tell the court that we are no longer interested in this matter? So she comes to sit here sanctimoniously trying to posture herself as we are the fighters of the state. Which NDC person that was in court is still in court? You've come to allow all your friends to go home and you are going after your opponents. That's your choice. You have the mandate. But please don't come and preach to us. Because every single NDC member that has been in court, you and your party people have gone to court to tell the court that you are not interested. And they are working, in fact, you are doing business with them. And have given them appointments. You have given them appointments in your government. So we know what you are doing. You are going after your opponents. It's okay. You speak, they come after you. As I sit here, I'm speaking, they are coming after everybody. It's fine. It will pass. You coming after us doesn't mean anything. The real test is in the court. Nobody is afraid of that. We know that is what you will do. We are ready for it. But eventually when the tables turn, and we are also dealing with the same matter in the same manner, you don't have to worry. You are talking about Kanoforiata. Sedinam Tamakulu. You have energy to be talking about Kanoforiata to come to Ghana. Moro, Sedinam Tamakulu is not only wanted for investigation. Kanoforiata has not been charged for anything. Kanoforiata has not been jailed for anything. He has not been convicted for anything. You can trial Kanoforiata without his presence. You don't need Kanoforiata to come to Ghana to trial him. I will speak about Kanoforiata when the court in this country has convicted him of a crime and is not coming to come and serve his punishment. But in terms of trial, if you invite me, I choose not to speak. There's nothing you can do to me. You don't need Kanoforiata to trial him. If you think Kanoforiata has committed a crime, you don't need Kanoforiata in Ghana. We didn't need Sedinam Tamakulu of the NDC in Ghana before trying her. Why is she not asking Sedinam Tamakulu to come to Ghana and come and say, I beg you, so please, when you are speaking, you chose not to mention her. Why is Sedinam Tamakulu?
Because it's a determined matter.
You know she's coming.
Is she in Ghana? I know what. How do I know she's coming?
Denial.
How do I know she's coming? When you say she's coming, have you seen her ticket? What are you talking about? Sedinam Tamakulu, who has been jailed.
What's the name? Victor Smith.
Moro.
Tells us that.
Moro, which Victor Smith? The NDC Victor Smith?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Why you don't trust him?
Will you trust the NDC on what?
Oh, why? You don't trust him.
On what do you trust the NDC on? So please, I am saying that the person who has even been jailed, convicted by the courts in this country, belongs to your party. So if there is anything you need to say about people, Ken there, you don't need him. Ken doesn't have to be in Ghana. Try him. If you have anything on him, try him. Ken has, at the moment, Ken not coming to Ghana. It's not a crime. He has not flouted any law in this country if he decides not to come to Ghana. Because even if Kanoforiata is in Ghana, he doesn't have to respond to you. You have to take him to court. The SML people, it's not only Kanoforiata. Those who are in Ghana, are they in jail? I don't know whom. Are they in jail? So if Kanoforiata comes to Ghana today, what would you do to her? You can try him if you want. So Shamima needs to. I beg you. Don't. Shamima, you. No. I don't want to answer any question from her.
One question.
No. I won't answer. I reserve the right to know. So Shamima needs to know which battles to choose. I am sending this last caution, and again,
Stop
I
letting
have
anybody on this show.
directed all our communicators as the 2024 communications director of the MPP's campaign that anybody who comes after our flag bearer, go after the person in 3 folds.
Okay.
Oh, 3 folds is generous. 3 folds is like generous. Dennis shouldn't think that.
Would I get a chance to speak again?
This is Dennis.
She does, I'll do it again.
Who was the spokesperson of the candidates that was humiliated at the polls just because of this same posturing. This same posturing
Kevin Taylor
is what
you know
Kevin Taylor is not a government spokesperson. You see what he's saying? So
let me tell you
quiet.
something.
Don't tell me anything. Moro, I'm the one
Read this
speaking.
flyer. You're not
Moro,
speaking. Read
I'm
this
the
flyer.
one speaking.
Read this
Moro,
flyer.
I am the
Read
one
this flyer.
speaking.
No
I
one
am
can beat
saying
us with
that.
violence.
Please,
You are
please,
driving
do
people.
you know them to be
Your president
Kevin
lost an election
Taylor?
with 1 million
Kevin
votes.
Taylor tells
Your
us
president
that
lost
he
an
was
election with
using.
1 million
So what?
votes.
Why are you so
Your
heady
president
and animated?
lost elections by 1 million votes.
Why has
we're talking? So let me do the same.
And
Please
imagine so.
Let it land.
Imagine.
Shama, what
You think
and what do
come
you
after
mean
our
then?
flag, I will come after you. That's all.
Yes, thank
3
you.
folds.
No
Mark it
problem.
anywhere.
Thank you
Mark
so
it
much.
anywhere.
Okay.
3
What
folds
I'll
will come
do.
after you.
All right, please go ahead.
Come after our flag, I will
Please.
come after you.
Imagine, Shamima, I have not come at anybody's
You dare
flag
not.
bearer. And you also
You dare not
Please
come after
don't
our flag
threaten
bearer.
anybody
You
this
dare not
morning,
come
though.
after our flag bearer.
Please.
Hold on, let it.
You don't reserve monopoly for misbehavior. Oh.
You dare not.
Please, you do
You
not
dare
reserve
not come
monopoly
after our
for
flag bearer.
misbehavior. What have you done so far?
I pointed to
No,
you.
You have made
no.
a
What
point.
have you
I
done so
pointed to
far?
you. You can fight it as much
Anyway,
as you want,
no,
but
no,
that
Let me
statement I have
say,
said it.
who here?
You have
Who
sounded this
here?
question already. It's okay. This is about
Who
But
here?
she's not belaboring the question.
No,
She's
who
worried
here?
about it.
Who here
She's worried
has
about
come
it.
against? Has come at who here?
Then why are you responding to
so
it?
Please,
then why
please,
do you keep
because
responding to it? Why are you worried about
Do you
it?
know how many times he has called my name?
Why are you
here?
worried about it?
Do you know
Why
how many
are you
times?
worried about it?
Worried about what?
I said something to
Worried
people
about
who will
what?
come after our flag bearer.
Excuse
Why are you
me,
worried about
You
it?
threatened the NDC.
Why are you worried about it?
You threatened the NDC.
Come after our flag bearer
Can
and
I
we'll come
talk?
after you.
Yes,
Mark it
please.
anywhere.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you. Are you done? Can I speak? Mora Audu.
Yes.
Kevin Taylor, that he has mentioned consistently, tells us that he was a card-bearing member of the NPP. Did he not?
He said it publicly.
So let him go and deal with a former member of us. But again,
Is he a
I
former
think
member?
he says that he was a card-bearing member of the NPP and he knows them. And so has been
Haven't you heard him
informing
say he brought NDC to power?
You see, there's no discipline.
Haven't you heard him
see,
say he brought
they
NDC
never,
to power?
They never.
The same
So that
Kevin
means-
Taylor.
Hey,
Haven't you heard him
you see,
threaten
Moro,
the president that he
It's
brought
also a
him to
fact.
power?
It's also a fact. It's also a fact. He said it. Let's go. Please go ahead, Shama.
By
You see,
insulting the Otumfuo and
the
everybody.
indiscipline that took them to opposition with 1.7 million votes. He has the temerity to refer to 1 million votes. And yet, because we learnt lessons, and yet because after the defeat, President Mahama went to the table, we sought recompense. We went round this
I won't
country.
even respond to her again.
We
Let's go
did
to
the right
substantive
things.
BoG issue. If I follow her, I'll be distracted the whole day. Let's go to the
You
BoG
see,
issues.
there's no
I won't
discipline.
even respond to her again.
They are
I won't
never
respond to her.
capable of
It's a
practicing
waste
what
of
they
my
preach.
time.
The arrogance. You sit on TV and you say that engaging a co-panelist is a waste of your time. You have wasted your time for the past 8 years. 8 years, you were never able to bring the people, the opponents you were persecuting. You were never able. You are not the one to dictate what will happen on this
Why
show.
would you respond to her everything?
DJ Mo, I'm saying to him that he, Dennis Miracles Aboagye, as the head of the campaign communications, who on the day they realized they
If
were
you
voting
come
in
after our
at
candidate, we'll come
dawn,
after you.
at
That's
dawn,
all, we'll come after
at
you.
dawn,
Charlie,
appeared on
we'll go to
TV
the
to
substitute
lie
system.
to the members that they were winning. Let me say one thing. He said that Dr. Baumier's brother, was doing business long ago, and if Mahmoud Bawumia comes, he will continue to. But Ibrahim Mahama was not doing business long ago. Ibrahim Mahama, with the mining with his company, the one Ghanaian local mining company most positioned to run a mine. That one, it's a crime for him to do business. Yet again, Ghanaians will not forget who introduced family and friends in this administration. You can puff and huff for all you want. Let me remind again, Dennis Miracles Aboagye, who has mentioned my name 50 times since
You
we
have done like
started this
70
book.
already. You have
Because
mentioned my
I
name
am
70.
meeting you good for good. I see you love my name, and I want to also show you love by mentioning your name. You will not tomorrow.
Okay. Let's move on to
The lies that he has spewed this morning
Breaker.
is not.
I'm
It's not this. It's not
tired.
surprising
I'm
because
tired.
many
Let's go to the
people know
substantive
that
matter. I'm tired.
it is his modus operandi.
Okay.
It is his modus operandi. So
All
let
right.
me also send a stern warning
Okay, we have heard you.
to Mr. Dennis
Okay.
Miracles
We have heard you.
Aboagye,
We have heard you.
and he may take same to his communicators
We have heard you.
that none of his jandam will be allowed
Very
to
well.
fly.
Very well. More, let's
That
proceed.
on all fours we will deal with them
Very
adequately,
well. Very
Okay.
well. Very well.
and the people
Okay.
who are to answer will be made to answer.
No problem.
Okay.
He
Very
can
well.
run away all he wants. He can pretend all they want. But the people who must answer, they will be made to answer.
Okay.
Let's
And the
proceed.
Ghanaians know better.
Let me read.
This is the posture
Okay.
Let's
of
proceed to the
the
substantive
government
matter.
that
Okay.
wants to return.
Let's proceed to the subject.
Let me read a few messages and then we'll
The
end with,
viewers are a bit tired.
let's hold on a second. Now, Sadi Saliu, who is watching the show, says, "Assalamu alaikum, brother. What's the topic on the table? It's an assorted kind of. Let us know. Let us know indeed. A conundrum watching some of these MPP communicators. Attitude like this will further shrink their campaign. I'm so disappointed. Did I hear Shamima as president? Please, Miracles Aboagye. Is Miracles Aboagye a Matian? Really? Not a good morning. Sadi Saliu sends that message. Now, Kojochu Mboafu says that, good morning, Moro. Please allow your predecessor to cook. You are playing Pontius Pilate. What I need Dennis Aboagye to answer is where Ken Oforiatta, the man who stole our pensions and our savings. I'm hearing Moro saying the MPP don't murder. I haven't said MPP don't murder. I've never said that.
I know where Kojochu
It says that, does Dennis know about the Matimehu days? They are the ones who used a pestle to pound the private parts of a pregnant woman. You say you don't kill. Did the Kufuor's father, as a judge of the Supreme Court, not convict pensioners of their tradition for bomb making? When you make bombs, what exactly are you going to use the bombs for? It is rich for a failed DC to come and sit on TV this morning to pontificate to us. Then it's your own party sacked you.
He forgot their bomb throwing days.
This one, Alfred Kojo Thompson says that please let Shama know that it was Babin who introduced the word family and friends into politics when they made them the three wise men, and he never had any chance to ever meet the president. Those sending her the lessons aren't teaching her right. The trustees of NDC can never have any moral ground in this country. The businesses they collapse at Amparo. Maybe she forgot about what they did to Apino soap.
So they
Please,
came
she
and
should know better
continued.
and save herself the shame.
So he came and
That's
continued.
Alfred Kojo Thompson, who's one of the communicators of the NPP. Now, someone, Brian Boabin, says, Moro, kindly remind my big sister Shamima that people were shot for less and on some poor and illogical reason as personal loans. That's from Samuel Brian Boabin. Kofi Apenu says, tell Miracles that we're in a country called Ghana and is governed by rules and not governed by MPP's rules. If he tries that, whatever he showed during their rule, he would be sorry. The security agencies will deal with him and any other. What does he think he is? Who does he think he is? Who put up those LGBT images against Muhammad? When the guy was arrested, he went on demonstration between Bawumia and Bawumia, who is more peaceful. He Miracles is one reason why Bawumia would not cross 28% in 2028 elections. Bawumia should better fire him if he wants to take a good step. Was he not chased out of his home as DC? Who was rude to chiefs in this country with Danado? He should give us a break. He can only be authoritative in the MPP. And then this one here, people are still sending me messages about this video. Oh, guys, we're sorry. Please forgive us. This one said the Rambo-style arrest of citizens in this regime is unnecessary. For God's sake, we are not in a military regime, but a constitutional government. If this continues, Ghanaians will be left with no choice but to rise against the cruel treatment. I like the way Dennis is keeping it cool with Shamima. Are they keeping it cool? The pampering is understandable.
Pampering. People are always so arrogant and full of themselves.
And this one here from Alfred Kojo Tredo says Miracles Aboagye should get his facts right. The NDC was never involved in most of the things he's alleging. He should go back to Ekwapeman School and continue with his history license. I'm sure he will get to know what the UP tradition did against Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, even form JSS students will tell you about the 1966 coup. Personalities and miracles with blah, blah, blah will keep the NPP in opposition for a long, long time because they will not refrain from the gutter politics. I've told you that when you send a message and an attack on any of my guests, I will not read it.
But you read it.
It's
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.